Hey, you guys, thank you so much for tuning back in with another episode with Whitney. So, yes, you've seen me in this outfit in a couple of other videos, and it's because when I'm in my creative bag, I'm just back to back to back to back to back with the content. And, in this, when I say, let me throw on a different necklace just so I could actually know which video this is when I decide to post it. And so you could just kind of get a different variation of what's going on my end as well. But no, the outfit is not being worn, for multiple days at a time. It's just, I figured content wise, if I'm in that creative flow, if you're creative and you're in that space, you gotta you have to harness it when it's happening. So that's what I'm doing. So I've thought about a couple of different topics tonight. So that's where I'm coming to you with the content in this outfit in my pink dress. So anyway, in this video, we're going to talk about RECIPROCITY, okay? Reciprocity, okay? So we're talking about reciprocity, and we're also talking about time allocation. So it was just a random thought that I thought about. When I flash back to my 20s and even early 30s, I realized that I had spent so much time pouring into other people, letting them drain me with situations going on in their life, physically showing up for people, and all types of whatever. And I realized that the reciprocity wasn't the same. Not for everyone. There are some people, there have been some people that I have met that have been reciprocal for sure. But then there just have been a slew of people that have not been reciprocal and have just taken energy, expertise, stuff that I could be charging for, stuff that information, knowledge that people are paying consultants and therapists for. And here I am on the strength of love and friendship, helping people. But then sometimes when I get into things that I'm going through, people are barely listening sometimes. Or when you say, so what do you think I should do? They can't fully answer the question because they weren't listening. Or it's like, beep, like they just flatlined. So I said, you know what? I'm more selfish with my time. And I'm happy that I'm being more selfish with my time, because one of the things that I was taught in childhood was to be so giving of myself, to the point where I feel like I was a people pleaser. Like, always worried about everybody else's emotions over mine, everybody else's comfortability, and all that other stuff. And, I'm so happy that during today's times, like the conversation of how does that make me feel is a conversation today. And to be more self-in tune is a discussion today. And not only is it a discussion, we've been now told it's okay to be more self-aware and be more conscious of what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So I definitely exercise that with everybody, friends, family, co-workers, work environments, everything. Because where I'm at in my life is I'm not betraying me for you. I'm not, let me say that again. Whitney is not going to betray Whitney for you. That's just the gist of it. I'm not, for what? We weren't even taught that doing that is actually betraying ourselves. We were not taught that. So I'm really heavy on that. I know what I bring to the table. I know the value I bring to the table. I know the quality and friendship that I bring to the table. And I know that I've given people billion-dollar ideas, million-dollar ideas. I know that I've given them top-notch ass advice on situations that I've either gone through or even haven't gone through. It's just, I just have a way of understanding and processing and giving good advice. So I'm more selfish with my time, and I'm okay with it. I had a friend recently say, you know, we did like a little feedback. You know, she asked me what was the feedback that I have for her about her life. I gave it to her. Then I asked her for the same for me, and it wasn't a matter of me. It was not a matter of me not being open to positive criticism, but you know, she said that I could be. She said that I could be a little bit more selfless, and I asked her to elaborate. She didn't really get into the elaboration of it, but I really did ask from a genuine standpoint because I would have loved to have had that conversation to understand even her ideology as to where she feels like I should be more giving of myself, because she probably grew up with the same mindset I did, to be a people pleaser and to be over mindful of everyone else and under mindful of and under mindful of self. And that would have been a great moment to unpack that for her and I, and to realize like, no, I'm not tripping, love. But also another thing that I wanted to talk about too is just transmuting energy. Transmuting energy. I have to say, like, during some like major breakups in life and even fallouts in friendships, transitions in jobs, all types of transitions, and just all types of transitions, period. That, you know, at the time when it was happening, the separation of could have been painful. But I have to say, it was like those moments were blessings. They might have been hard lessons in that moment. They might have been hard lessons. They might have been hurtful lessons. But what I have to say is that I was able to take the energy from those situations, transmute it, and tap into my creativity. A lot of people don't even realize SheCasso by Whitney started from me painting like mad paintings after a really bad breakup. That's how that started. I literally went through a breakup with somebody that tried to break my soul. He tried to break my spirit, like legit. And I made the decision to no longer engage with him at all. Best decision of my life. And basically, you know, I started painting. I literally just said to myself, you know what? I'm going to go to Michael's and I'm going to get some paint and I'm going to get some canvases. And I'm just going to start painting again. Just to, you know, fulfill my time and to express my creativity. I had not painted since I was in high school. Actually, no, middle school. And that's how SheCasso started. I had a whole bunch of paintings. I remember like maintenance would come into my apartment and be like, are you going to sell these paintings? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, it's a creative project. And basically, I came across a young lady that needed an artist for her expo. So I said, well, I have artwork. And I knew that I didn't want to show up to her expo, you know, without the proper like presentation. So I came up with a business name, aka SheCasso Picasso. And I also LLC my business and, you know, showed up and was ready to go. And that's how everything started. And then I transitioned into candles. But I have to say that definitely during that breakup, I even took a break from friendships because I had to evaluate the role that I was even playing in friendships. I had to say to myself, like, okay, what role are you playing even in your friendships? How are your friends seeing you? You know, one of my traits is, if you know me on a personal level, you'll know I'm hilarious. I am hilarious. Legit, people have told me that I should do stand-up comedy. I had a supervisor tell me, I swear to God, I work with you, but I would pay to see you do stand-up comedy. I know I'm hilarious because it's just, I think it's a natural Sagittarian trait. And then also I just think that, you know, I know my father, he was hilarious. You know, I have family members that are just hilarious in their own right as well. And I think that too was I think that sometimes when I'm joking about things, I'm actually just coming to this revelation right now that I'm actually transmuting sometimes certain feelings and energies about other situations into comedy. Because sometimes with certain things you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Let's be real. But even outside of that, some things are just like so ridiculous that you just gotta laugh. Like, that S is funny. You gotta, like, if you take the I'm experiencing this glasses off and look at it from a whole nother standpoint, it's funny sometimes. These scenarios that we go through in life. So I realized that, you know, in those friendships, I said, okay, I'm bringing everybody comic relief because that's just what I do, and that's just me, you know. But then I also had to sit there and say, where am I coming up short for myself? So I took a break from friendships too. I had to retract the energy and focus on self and just get into a different space. So, you know, these are just like random revelations that I had. It's so funny because after I said that, my timer said 11:11, which I thought was so interesting, so dope. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to come on and say. You know, take time to transmute your energy, things that happen to you that feel just god awful. Take time to take that energy and apply it towards something else, but turn the negative into a positive. You know, like, okay, this job didn't work out, so let me start a business. Okay, you know, this relationship didn't work out, let me start a nonprofit. Let me start feeding the homeless or the less fortunate. You know, find purpose in something else, because there's always something to find purpose in. And that's it. And also, it's okay to require reciprocal friendships. It's okay to require reciprocity. And guess what? I'm big on requiring reciprocity in my life now, but I'm also aware that sometimes there were moments where I was not as reciprocal. So I can eat that as well. There were moments where I was not as reciprocal either, not as often, you know, as it's kind of happened to me, but I could eat that, yeah. So it's all good. We are learning every day, and I'm just happy that you chose to kick it with me for another session. You might see this dress on again, and if you do, you might see me wearing another piece of jewelry, so I know which video this is. So when I'm you know, editing everything and getting everything together to present to you, and then that's it. And you know what to do if you need candles, and if you need candle making workshops, you know where to go. www.SheCasso by WhitneyLLC.com. Yes. Hit Whitney up. Hit me up. Okay? Let's transmute the energy and make some candles. You stressed? Let's transmute that energy and make some candles. You hate that job? Let's transmute and make some candles. You tired of that man? Or that woman? Or both of them? All of them? Let's transmute that energy and make some candles. All right. That's all, y'all. Peace.